Welcome to a world where nightmares are real and monsters crawl from the depths of the underworld. In this video we explore 10 mythical beasts from hell. Creatures so terrifying, their legends have haunted humanity for centuries. From fire-breathing demons to soul-devouring fiends, these monsters aren't just tales, they're warnings. These beings come from ancient myths, religious texts, and folklore that describe horrors unimaginable to the sane mind. If you think you're ready to face them, prepare yourself for a journey into darkness. These are the monsters that will make you afraid to sleep. Mythical beasts from hell, 10 monsters that will give you nightmares. Throughout history, cultures around the world have imagined terrifying creatures lurking in the shadows of the underworld. Monsters forged from the fears of damnation, chaos, and eternal suffering. These mythical beasts from hell aren't just grotesque figments of imagination. They are symbols of cosmic evil, punishment, and the unknown. From ancient Mesopotamian demons to fire-breathing hellhounds, these nightmare-inducing creatures continue to haunt stories, folklore, and nightmares alike. Here are 10 mythical beasts from hell that will leave you sleepless. 1. Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of the underworld, Greek mythology. Cerberus is the infamous three-headed hound that guards the gates of Hades, preventing the dead from escaping and the living from entering. Each of Cerberus's heads is said to represent the past, present, and future, or birth, youth, and old age. His tail was often depicted as a serpent, and his back bristled with snakes. Despite being a monster, he is not evil per se. His duty is divine. Nightmare fuel. Imagine trying to sneak past this beast in total darkness, only to hear 3 growls echoing from 3 directions, each preparing to tear your soul apart. 2. Azzi-Dahaka, the demon dragon of ancient Persia. Originating in Zoroastrian mythology, Azzi-Dahaka or Zahak is a dragon-like demon with 3 heads, 6 eyes, and a body brimming with serpents. Created by Ingra Mainyu, the spirit of evil, this monster represents tyranny and doom. In later myths, he evolves into a cannibalistic tyrant king whose shoulders sprout serpents that demand human brains for nourishment. Nightmare fuel. A beast who enslaves nations, consumes minds, and burns lands, Azzi-Dahaka is a waking apocalypse in scaled form. 3. Jikininki, the corpse-eating spirits, Japanese folklore. Jikininki, meaning human-eating ghosts, are cursed souls doomed to devour dead bodies. These spirits were once greedy, selfish people in life, monks or nobles who cared more for wealth than virtue. After death, they are reborn as hideous ghouls, forced to feast on corpses every night. They look like rotting humans with glowing eyes and twisted features. Nightmare fuel. You're wandering a dark village at night when you see a figure kneeling by a fresh grave, devouring what lies within. 4. Short, the Russian demon of death and chaos. In Slavic folklore, Short is a demonic figure often described with horns, goat legs, and a long tail, sometimes with 1 eye or 3. He is a trickster and tormentor, tempting humans into sin and leading them to damnation. Shorts are the servants of the devil, appearing in various Russian tales to sow misery and misfortune. Nightmare fuel. You hear footsteps echo in the forest, then silence. Turn around and a horned silhouette grins at you with razor teeth. 5. Balrog, the fiery terror of the deep, Tolkien's mythos. While fictional, the Balrog has become one of the most iconic hell beasts in modern mythos. In The Lord of the Rings, the Balrog is a demonic being of shadow and flame, once a servant of Morgoth, the original Dark Lord. With a fiery whip and wings of darkness, the Balrog dwells in the deep places of the earth, raging with ancient fury. Nightmare fuel. Fire consumes the cave around you. A shadow rises wreathed in flames, its burning eyes locking onto yours with primal hate. 6. Gugulana, the bull of heaven, Sumerian mythology. Gugulana was sent by the goddess Inanna as punishment against the hero Gilgamesh. Though he is called the bull of heaven, Gugulana is more than a divine bovine. He is an embodiment of divine wrath, drought, and cosmic destruction. His arrival on Earth causes the rivers to dry and the earth to crack. Nightmare fuel. From the skies descends a horned beast whose very footsteps split mountains, sent by the gods to erase all who offend them. 7. Baphomet, the symbol of occult terror. While not originating from ancient myth, Baphomet is a chilling figure tied to satanic imagery. Originally mentioned in accusations against the Knights Templar, Baphomet evolved into a horned androgynous being with wings, a goat's head, and a pentagram on its forehead. While modern occultists view Baphomet symbolically, its imagery is deeply unsettling. Nightmare fuel. In dreams, a candlelit chamber appears. At its center, a horned idol awakens and turns its glowing gaze toward you. 8. Ammit, the Soul Eater, ancient Egyptian mythology. Ammit is the devourer of the dead in Egyptian belief. With the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, Ammit waits beside the scales of judgment. If a soul's heart is impure, Ammit consumes it, denying the soul any chance of an afterlife. An eternity of oblivion follows. Nightmare fuel. After death, your heart is weighed. It tips too far. Ammit snarls, and the last thing you hear is her jaws closing. 9. Barong and Rangda. The eternal battle between good and evil, Balinese mythology. Rangda is the demon queen of the Lyaks, child-eating witches of Bali. She's a horrifying figure with bulging eyes, sagging breasts, and a blood-drenched tongue. She wages endless war against Barong, the lion-like spirit of good. Rangda is a representation of evil, chaos, and death. She casts black magic and infects lands with plague. Nightmare fuel. In trance, villagers convulse as Rangda's curse spreads. You feel her breath on your neck, and the children begin to vanish. 10. Behemoth and Leviathan, the twin titans of biblical doom. In Judeo-Christian lore, Behemoth and Leviathan are monstrous beasts created by God, one of land, the other of sea. Behemoth is a beast of strength and rage, while Leviathan is a fire-breathing sea serpent who swallows entire ships whole. In apocalyptic prophecy, these creatures will reawaken at the end of days to unleash divine chaos. Nightmare fuel. The sea boils. A serpent of smoke and flame rises. From the land, thunderous footsteps follow. The two titans have returned to destroy the world. Thematic analysis. Why hellish monsters terrify us? These creatures aren't just horror fodder, they tap into deeper fears. Fear of judgment. Many of these monsters are guardians of the dead or punishers of the sinful. Ammit, Cerberus, Jikininki. They embody the dread of facing consequences beyond death. Fear of chaos and apocalypse. Beasts like Azidahaka, Leviathan, and Gugalana represent not individual evil but global collapse. They don't just kill, they unmake reality. Loss of humanity. Demonic figures like the Chort or Jikininki were once human. Their transformation shows how easily we can fall from grace, becoming what we fear most. Blasphemy and forbidden knowledge. Baphomet and Rangda exist on the edge of spiritual heresy. Their presence reflects a fear of powers that challenge divine order or morality. These monsters reflect the collective psychological anxieties of their cultures, encapsulating everything from moral decline to cosmic terror. Even today, they linger in our horror films, nightmares, and dark tales whispered at midnight. When myths cross into nightmares, whether they arise from ancient civilizations or religious visions, these hellish creatures endure because they mean something. They are not just designed to frighten, but to warn, to symbolize, and to reflect. A society's worst fears, spiritual, moral, cosmic, are often embodied in monsters. That's why these beasts from hell continue to haunt our imagination. So tonight, as you close your eyes and drift to sleep, remember, there's a reason why myths never die. Sometimes monsters are not just stories. Sometimes they wait. Since the dawn of human imagination, one concept has haunted every culture: hell. A place of fire, torment, and eternal punishment, it has inspired some of the most terrifying monsters in myth and legend. Whether born from religious belief, ancient folklore, or apocalyptic visions, these beasts serve one dark purpose: to terrorize, to torment, and to remind humanity of the horrors that lie beyond this world. Here are 10 of the most terrifying mythical beasts from hell, creatures that promise to give you nightmares. 1. Cerberus, the Hound of Hades. From Greek mythology, Cerberus is the monstrous, three-headed dog that guards the gates of the underworld. Each of its heads represents the past, present, and future. a terrifying embodiment of death's inevitability. With razor-sharp teeth, serpent tails, and eyes that burn like fire, Cerberus ensures that no soul escapes the realm of the dead. Symbolism: Cerberus isn't just a watchdog, he's a warning. He represents the barrier between life and death, and the hopelessness of escaping damnation once crossed into the underworld. Nightmare fuel: Imagine trying to sneak past a creature that can see your entire timeline, past sins, present guilt, and future doom, all while it snarls from 3 different mouths. 2. Abizu, the child-stealing demon. Originating from Mesopotamian and Jewish folklore, Abizu is a female demon blamed for miscarriages, infertility, and infant death. Often described as having wild, tangled hair and fish-like lower limbs, she is driven by jealousy, having been cursed with eternal barrenness. Symbolism: Abizu personifies maternal grief and the fear of losing children. In ancient times, she was the embodiment of unexplained infant mortality. Nightmare fuel: Her presence was thought to linger in the dark corners of bedrooms, ready to snatch the breath from newborns. Protective amulets often bore her name, not to summon her but to keep her away. 3. Bur, the demon of philosophy and healing, gone wrong. From the demonology text Ars Goetia, Bur is a demon who appears as a 5-legged starfish-like lion, with his legs radiating around a central head, allowing him to move in any direction. Though associated with philosophy and herbal medicine, his presence is disturbing, his appearance grotesque, and his knowledge often twisted toward infernal purposes. Symbolism: Bur reflects the duality of knowledge, that wisdom can heal or destroy depending on its wielder. Nightmare fuel: Imagine an alien beast rolling toward you, speaking truths about life and death you were never meant to hear, in a voice that seems to echo from the pit of hell. 4. The Beast of Revelation, the 7-headed abomination. In the Book of Revelation, the beast rises from the sea, with 7 heads and 10 horns, each representing blasphemous power and divine mockery. Covered in diabolical crowns, it serves Satan himself and wages war against the saints. Symbolism: It represents the chaos of the end times, a fusion of political, religious, and spiritual corruption. Nightmare fuel: Each of its heads speaks lies in unison. As one head bites your soul, another curses your name, while the rest laugh with voices like thunder. 5. Jikininki, flesh-eating spirits of the damned. In Japanese Buddhist folklore, Jikininki are the spirits of greedy individuals cursed to consume human corpses for eternity. Their appearance is ghastly, rotting flesh, sunken eyes, and mouths forever dripping with decay. Symbolism: These monsters warn of the dangers of materialism and selfishness. Even in death, such people are doomed to hunger and filth. Nightmare fuel: They wander graveyards and burn villages at night, moaning hungrily for flesh. Some legends say they can disguise themselves as human monks, until they strike. 6. Belphegor, the demon of sloth and corruption. Belphegor, one of the 7 princes of hell in Christian demonology, lures people with promises of wealth through lazy invention and shortcuts. He often appears grotesquely seated on a toilet or throne of excrement, mocking the human desire for effortless success. Symbolism: Belphegor is a dark mirror of modern obsession with convenience and luxury. He rewards spiritual laziness and moral decay. Nightmare fuel: What makes Belphegor terrifying isn't just his appearance, it's how close he hits to home. His temptation is quiet, whispering, seductive. You invite him in without realizing you've already surrendered your soul. 7. Charon, Etruscan demon of death. Before Roman mythology, the Etruscans had Charon, a demonic ferryman who ushered souls to the underworld. Unlike the Greek Charon, Charon is terrifying, blue-skinned, tusked, with a hammer to beat souls into submission. Symbolism: Death is not gentle, it's violent, relentless, and uncaring. Nightmare fuel: Charon doesn't guide, he drags. He doesn't wait for the dead to accept their fate. His hammer silences your pleas and his eyes hold no mercy. 8. Rahab, the sea demon of chaos. In Hebrew mythology, Rahab is a primordial sea monster associated with chaos, pride, and the forces that opposed God during creation. Described in poetic texts as a sea serpent or dragon crushed by divine power, Rahab's mythos influenced later depictions of Leviathan. Symbolism: Rahab embodies the fear of cosmic rebellion, a reminder that even the universe was born from conflict. Nightmare fuel: Rahab isn't just massive, she's elemental. Her body is the sea, her breath is the storm, and her roar drowns nations. Sleeping beneath the waves, she waits for the end of days. 9. Lamashtu, the mother of monsters. In Mesopotamian mythology, Lamashtu is a terrifying demoness responsible for plagues, madness, and the death of infants. Unlike Abizu, Lamashtu acts for pleasure, not jealousy. With a lion's head, donkey's teeth, and bird's feet, she drinks the blood of the young and gnaws on their bones. Symbolism: Lamashtu represents unexplainable, senseless evil, a force that kills not out of vengeance but desire. Nightmare fuel: she rides a donkey through the night, surrounded by shadows and ghouls, her laughter causing mothers to wake in fear and clutch their children close. 10. Asmodeus, the demon of lust and ruin. One of hell's most infamous demons, Asmodeus appears across Jewish, Christian, and Islamic lore. Often depicted with 3 heads, one of a ram, one of a bull, and one of a man, he breathes fire, rides a dragon, and corrupts humans with lust and violence. Symbolism: Asmodeus is not just about desire, he's about obsession, jealousy, and destruction. He's the demon that breaks marriages, fuels betrayals, and leads kings to ruin. Nightmare fuel: Asmodeus doesn't possess your body, he poisons your heart. He doesn't kill, he lets you destroy yourself, whispering temptations that sound like your own thoughts. Final reflections: why these monsters still haunt us. The monsters of hell aren't just physical beasts, they are reflections of human fears, desires, and sins. From the twisting serpents of chaos to the corpse-feeding demons of guilt, each of these beings serves as a warning. Their stories endure not because we believe they'll rise from some infernal pit, but because they already live inside us, in our nightmares, our temptations, our regrets. They remind us that hell is not just a place, it's a condition of the soul. And monsters? They are merely its messengers. You've just encountered the most horrifying mythical beasts ever imagined, beings forged in the fires of hell and feared across cultures and time. Whether real or legend, their stories continue to haunt our dreams and stir our deepest fears. Which monster terrified you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss more chilling tales from the ancient and the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe keep a night light on. Some legends are more than myth, they're warnings.